we are rattling the whole Premier League. It's so funny to see that, you know, people are now annoyed that Arsenal are back.
We're always going to find something to moan about when it comes to Arsenal, always. So I don't really care too much about it, to be honest.
Hi everybody, welcome back to AFTV. My name is Laurie, and today we preview Arsenal's next Premier League match, which takes place this weekend against Leicester. But without any further ado, let me introduce my two guests today. Starting to my left, I've got my boy Nwaneri in the building, man. Always a pleasure to welcome you on the show. How you doing?
Good, man. Listen, after yesterday's win, Arsenal on a roll. So yeah, man, let's keep it moving. Hopefully.
Absolutely, well said. Also to my right, I've got my next sparring partner, Turkish in the building. I feel like I'm surrounded by, you know what I mean?
Real guys. And in the middle,
surrounded by hostility.
In the middle was Krusty the Clown, innit? In the middle was Krusty the Clown.
Hey, stop that, man. You're a lot bigger than me, man. But hey, come on now. But yeah, man, good to see you guys. We're in the studio today. We're going to preview the game. As I said before, taking on Leicester at the Emirates. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. And let's be honest, Arsenal come into this game in good heart. I think we've had something like 4 games in 10 days. A tough week and a bit. I mean, the first of those games was against Tottenham away. Good 1-0 win there. Then we went to Atalanta in the Champions League. Creditable 0-0 draw. Not the best performance, but a creditable draw. Then, of course, we had the beef game against City. Come out of there, I thought, with a very good point. Almost won it. And then, of course, as Nwaneri referred to earlier, we smoked Bolton in the Carabao Cup, let's say. So we're coming into this game in good heart, whereas Leicester, well, they are encountering problems so far this season. They're not doing that well. As you would know, people, Leicester got promoted last season. I think they come first in the Championship. But in the Premier League this season so far, they've not got off to the best starts. I think they're something like 15th. Played 5, 1-0, lost 3 and drawn 2. So that's the backdrop. Nwaneri, let's start with you. How do you think the vibes are going into this game for Arsenal? We'll talk about team in a bit.
Listen, I think everything should be in good spirits. I think, you know, there's a few players that hopefully are going to be coming back soon. You know, maybe the likes of Marino after the international break. We are rattling the whole Premier League. It's so funny to see that, you know, people are now annoyed that Arsenal are back. And I think that's the reason why. That's where it all kind of contrives from. So, yeah, man, like for me, I feel good, man. I feel that we have a real good chance. And listen, after Sunday, I said it to you, I feel like I can believe now. I actually feel like that's the first time I look at this team and I can say all the chat and, you know, back the team as much as I want, but the players look like they're ready to ride and die for this league. So, yeah, man, I feel good because I can write all the checks, but, you know, sometimes the team got to try and cash it, and they seem to be doing that so far.
Yeah, agreed. Turkish, like I said, 4 games in a week. A lot of people said that first week there, 4 games in just over a week. But that week in particular, we had 3 games away from home, and we appear to have come through in good shape. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, nice. 4 points out of 6 from Tottenham and City away. I'll take that wherever it is in the season. So we got over that, and we got over it light as well. When you really that deep it, people are forgetting that, you know, it was only 12 days ago now Odegaard picked up that injury, and, you know, a lot of us, including myself, had many doubts, and we are still light, and we still need to, you know, get past the next few weeks and hope that Marino, Odegaard come back in and we start looking healthier. But like I said, I mean, Atalanta in between, you know, 48 hours before City, considering all the context behind it, I think to come with 4 out of 6 points and a draw in Italy, positive week. And I think to bounce back with a fixture, I say bounce back, I mean bounce back from a tough week with a fixture against Bolton at home and then a newly promoted side at home this weekend, I think on paper that's perfect, and we got half of the job done in Bolton. Now we've got to get the other half done in Leicester.
Absolutely. Nwaneri, there's been a lot of comments made, shall I say, about Arsenal's playing style. In particular, the game against City, and to a lesser extent, but even so, it was mentioned against Atalanta. Any thoughts on the playing style? Are you happy with the playing style?
It's crazy how all of a sudden the barometer, everything changes when it comes to us Arsenal. I physically don't know. I mean, obviously there was a show, Roy Keane, I saw it this morning with Ian Wright and Gary Neville, you know, obviously they were talking about how Arsenal are, they played apparently like a League One side because we defended with 10 men against the best team in the world. It's just funny how like optics change when it's to do with Arsenal, man. Like, for me, I don't really want to get involved in all that because like we're finding ways to win the game. Yeah, man, like it's horses for courses as their added age old saying is, and people are just kind of, as I said, I feel like they're so rattled because Man City, we ain't the whipping boys for them no more. Liverpool, we ain't the whipping boys for them. Now we're rivals. They don't like it. They were all fun and it was all fun and games, and when we were getting beaten, and now we actually are putting up a fight and beating these teams, and obviously getting creditable draws against these teams. People don't like it, man. So yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Arsenal. I'm loving what I'm seeing from most of these players, and even the manager. Like he just kind of gets on with it, bro. And that's what I like, man. He doesn't really get involved in all the hysterics of like what's going on, man. Just focus. Next game.
Absolutely. Turkish, you got any thoughts on that? Some people have been critical of Arsenal's playing style in recent games. Obviously not the Carabao Cup game, but the games against City and Atalanta, and to a lesser degree Tottenham. What's your thoughts on that?
You're always going to find something to moan about when it comes to Arsenal, always. So I don't really care too much about it, to be honest. Like I said, as long as we start winning and competing at the top again, I don't care how we do it, and winning is a key part of that. So this season it's a big one because we have to win, and whether we do that through a mix of having to defend the way we did against City and attack the way we did at times earlier this calendar year and the latter half of last season, we do it. If we have to do it the whole way defensively, do it the whole way in an attack. I don't care how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm approaching all that from a positive point of view because at the end of the day, you got to put things into context. If you're playing City, especially if you've gone down to 10 men at the start of the second half, so you're basically playing 45 minutes plus of football against a team that many people would consider to be the best attacking team in the country, one of the best, if not the best in Europe. You're not going to take them on gung-ho style, are you? You're not going to take
we don't play like that every game, and I think mostly like Arsenal fans just need to be the ones that actually lock in. We've spent 10 years under Wenger praying and asking and begging for him to kind of adapt to the way that not only the opposition play, but in-game management. He didn't do it. We've now got a manager that does that. We've now got a manager that's played in his first full title challenging season 3 years ago. Free-flowing football. We didn't win the league. Last season, we did half control, half free-flowing football, didn't win the league. Now it's trying a different way, like trying to be a bit more pragmatic. So, listen, man, I can't see any faults with what he's doing. People just don't like it that we are actually now credible in terms of trying to win the league. We are now trying to actually push forward and find different ways. And bro, like we've got a good manager and people just don't like the fact that we can actually mix it in different ways, man. So I don't know how now Man City and Liverpool are walking down and at the end of it is like a bit of rainbow for them too. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, man, like it's funny, like so yeah, like let's just continue doing
I'm with you, man. I mean,
plowing along, man.
Sometimes there's more than one way to skin a cat, you can't just play one style of football and expect to win, and especially you playing City with 10 men. Come on now, you've got to be pragmatic about it. Otherwise, those same people would have accused us of being naive and stupid and lacking in tactical nous. But let's bring it back round to this weekend. We're playing Leicester, and as I said, Leicester are not in excellent shape at the moment by any means. And I actually think that this weekend we'll see the dynamics change somewhat because Leicester, I would expect Arsenal to have the majority of the possession in this game and be able to express themselves a bit more. As I said, Leicester are not playing well at the moment. They struggled in their Carabao Cup game. They won on penalties. And word on the street is the fans are not too happy with the manager. As I said, they're 15th in the Premier League. They've played 5. They've not won a game yet. So for me, and I'm trying not to disrespect Leicester, this is an excellent chance for Arsenal, not just win, but to win and look good with it. So, but anyway, let's talk about the team selection because there's been much said, especially after the game against Bolton in the Carabao Cup, where some of the youngsters did impress. Some people are calling for change. Let's start with Turkish. What type of Arsenal 11 you look to take the field against Leicester this Saturday? Would you make any changes to the lineup in recent games?
So, I mean, I think just one, Nwaneri probably. That's about it. I think without
Nwaneri for who?
just stays in his position.
At the expense of?
Stays in his position. He started 10 against Bolton, so he keeps it.
So
Not at the expense of.
I'm presuming that Trossard would have to make way for him then. Yeah?
Well, essentially, yeah, Trossard was there before, against Tottenham and City, but I think it's Leicester, it's at home. Nwaneri's got 2 goals. He's kind of, great debut for him. It's a newly promoted side. There's question marks about our attacking, in terms of defensively. We've been resolute. We've won the games. We've won most of our points through how solid we've been defensively this season. So why not? But apart from that, I don't think, without knowing whether Ben White's back, without knowing, well, that's pretty much it, really, isn't it? Ben White.
Well, there are a few changes that could be made. But before I go any further than that, Gunnar Lee, over to you. What type of team you expect to see?
Yeah, I think, you know what, you kind of just got to go with the same team, and that team was resolute. The
team that played City.
Yeah, the team that played City. Look, there might be the smallest of shouts for Miles Lewis Skelly. Apologies. I watched the game yesterday, even on this watch along as well. I think the word that was used was leader and composed. He just looked so assured, and he looks ready. And people might kill me for it, but I think he looks more ready than Ethan. I really do. I think he looks. Really? He came on obviously against Man City as well. Like, obviously I know injuries, but he looked good, like really good. So there's a shout for him. But I think Ethan's the feel good factor player, and I think he's somebody who, obviously Trossard got the 2 yellows to make a red. I would say that he's that, someone who just kind of slots in there and he can kind of knit it all together. He's exciting, got 2 goals as well yesterday. Yeah, Ethan probably makes the kind of smart decision. And look, we got rid of ESR, we got rid of Reece Nelson. If there's ever a time to play him, it's on Saturday. It's on Saturday.
Turkey, some people are calling for Raheem Sterling to get a full start against Leicester. Obviously, he played against Bolton, had a good game, goal and an assist. Do you think he's ready to start, or would you leave him on the bench and bring him on later, or what?
Probably. I mean, he should be ready to start any game. He's 29 in the Premier League. He's been here his whole life. So there shouldn't be question marks about hope not anyway. But no, Martinelli, I think he had his best game so far this season against City. In terms of, we know.
Well, he did a lot of defending. I don't think he did much going forward.
Yeah, who did?
No one.
Especially that second half. So I think Martinelli probably deserves his. I mean, this is a newly promoted side. It's another chance for Martinelli to get off the mark and get this season going. But now Sterling's off the mark too. If it doesn't work out for Martinelli, we know Sterling can come on. If Nwaneri starts, Trossard could come on. So there's competition. So yeah, for me, Martinelli starts, keeps his spot.
Right. Okay. So let's go through it then from the top, or from number 1, the goalkeeper, through to the rest of the team that we think should start. And if there's any players you want to bring in, and let me know. So goalkeeper, we're assuming that Arsenal are going to play their 4-3-3 that they normally play. So goalkeeper, we know that's going to be Ryan.
Well, he did have an injury yesterday. I think it was a thigh problem. So, and he obviously was limping after the Man City game. So hopefully, obviously, touch wood, he's fine. But yeah, Raya, listen, that probably a player of the season for Arsenal as well, 100%.
Yeah, I would say so as well. Player for the season so far for you as well.
Yeah,
and if he's fit, he's bound to start. Let's hope that he is fit, because we do need him at the moment. He's playing brilliantly, and right, the back 4. Ben White, right back, or
if he's fit, I don't know. Knee injury against City kept him on the bench. He comes on. Arteta said he didn't want to bring him on. Then he's not in the squad against Bolton. So depends how he is.
Yeah, because obviously we had Calafiori in there against City.
Yeah, I don't mind going with the same back 4 we did against Bolton, to be honest.
I'm keeping
Calafiori or Ben White, because I know you're a big Ben White fan.
Yeah, I've said it for a while. He's my favourite player, man. He's my favourite. He is my favourite.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, no, he's my favourite. Listen, he don't care.
Now that Eddie's gone, definitely he's your favourite player.
Bro, people don't know. I was a taxi driver when Eddie left. Bro, I drove him all the way to Crystal Palace. Well, people, hey, listen, that was
Laurie was hanging off the back. No.
But no.
So you're going Calafiori or Ben White?
No, I'm definitely going Calafiori.
Yeah.
For left back. Or
right back.
No, I'm going Timber.
No, we started off with a right back position.
Yeah, I'm going Timber for right back.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I'm going Timber for right back.
But Timber's been playing left back.
Nah, man, he's been
Well,
last game.
Cantona.
I'm from the Man City game. Timber played right back. Calafiori played left back.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
So because obviously Ben White was obviously injured, I'm playing Timber right back because that's his natural position. Obviously, I'm not going to skip too further forward, but yeah, I'm going Timber. I'm Timber right back. For me, there's going to be a lot, and I'm going to say the same a lot. I'm not trying to change an unbroken team, and I think for me, players that played so well, the other players need to get their shirt back. That's just how I'm looking at it for me.
Yeah, okay. And you're with that as well,
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Same back four.
Yeah, and the middle two there, that takes care of itself.
Yeah,
right?
come on, man.
Solis and Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah.
And moving into midfield, right, so Declan Rice we know is going to play. I think that's pretty obvious. Now, the rest of the midfield could be an issue. Who's up for Partey starting?
Yeah, he comes back in, innit?
Yeah, 100%. It was only what was it 7 days ago? People were calling him Uncle Party, saying that he can't play, and then he dropped that absolute world-class performance against Man City. For me, I'm not sitting there saying he's a world-class player, but that performance, nipping in, winning the ball back, this is the kind of game where he can just sit back, dictate play, pass the ball forward, and like manipulate runs forward for the wide players, and hopefully whoever plays in that number 10 role. So yeah, for sure, I'm just saying him.
Yeah, you're on that as well.
Yeah, it's no.
And then the number 10, as you referred to, who would you like to see in there?
Yeah, same like Turkish, man. I'm going Ethan Nwaneri, man. I think he's, again, a feel-good factor kind of player. 100% I'm putting him in. And I think he can do a good job. I think he'll be protected by some of the more senior players as well. And he can just kind of flourish and do what he needs to do. And you've also got Declan and Partey to do all the dog work. All he needs to do is just literally go out there and play with freedom
Express
for
himself,
a 17-year-old.
Yeah. You know what? I do agree with what you guys say, but I have the feeling that the manager will stick with Trossard.
Yeah, probably.
Trossard. Oh yeah, because he missed it. Do you know what it was? Because I thought it was a straight red. I thought he was missing 3 games, but it's not.
Yeah, that's spent after after the game against.
But why would you play Trossard? What's your?
No, I think he'll keep him in and play him just in front of those guys in midfield, and gives you. He will basically do what Odegaard was doing before Odegaard was at the team. That's the role he was. That was the role he was deployed to do against City.
I think it's the perfect time. You've got to, you know what it is? You've got to have these players ready. You've got to have Ethan ready, because God forbid something happens later in the season and you've not given him any minutes, or this is a perfect kind of opportunity. Then when it gets to the crunch time, like, you need these players later on, and like, this is, again, it's a game where he can get 60 minutes, 65 minutes, take him off, bring on Trossard. Yeah, man.
Or he might do it vice versa.
Yeah, vice. You can do it vice versa, but I think this is a game where you
start in a Premier League game,
you're now with the big boys. You're playing with you've been fully promoted. You're playing with the big first team, and you've got, as I said, you've got all the home crowd. There's nothing that stops that performance from flourishing, in my opinion.
No, listen, I hear you on that. I mean, I wouldn't be averse to that at all. It's just I think seniority, you will give Trossard another chance in there, and that's how I think he'll go. But if he goes with Nwaneri, I wouldn't have no issue with that at all. Like you said, we'll be expecting to see a lot more of the ball in this game, so that will give Nwaneri a chance to express himself. Right, moving on to the front three then. I think it's fair to assume that Saka will play.
Yeah, I think the front three
I don't
picks
see no
itself.
reason why not. His numbers have been good this season, even though he's not hit the heights in terms of his form. He's still posting numbers, as he always does. He's very reliable in that regard. Left wing?
I'm going Martinelli again. I thought his performance was, very, very good. I know obviously he didn't do the attacking part as well. Obviously we were sitting back a lot, but skinned Walker, got a couple balls into the box. Yeah, I thought he was the proper outlet, and I'm keeping Martinelli in there. I think he's starting to warm. I think he's feeling himself a little bit more, and I'm going to earmark him to get a goal. Actually, I'm going to earmark him to get a goal.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He broke his duck. Was it 17 games without a goal and assist? Obviously it was a funny kind of assist because Calafiori just top bins from how many yards out. But I'm going Martinelli, man. I think he's warming in this season. And
of course his pace will be important, because we're expecting Leicester to sit in.
Yeah.
And with the low block and stuff, so I think his pace will be important on the day. So yeah, I can see that happening. Turkish Martinelli, I know you've been slightly critical of some of his recent performances up until
attacking. Yeah, Yeah.
You would have him in there, yeah?
Gets a goal, hopefully.
Okay. And through the middle?
My man Havertz. My man Havertz. Listen, I've been championing.
Has he always been your man?
Listen, I've been championing this guy for ages, man. People were still, they weren't feeling him. You know, he wasn't doing enough for the £65 million price tag. But I thought, you know, people were picking at him too much, man. They were trying to nitpick at things. So, yeah, man, I think he's been good for a while, longer than what people are saying. But yeah, I'm putting him in there. I think he can do a job for the team, and I think he's another one that can get a goal. He got one yesterday as well, so I think again he's ready to kind of push on and get a few more.
Yeah, it was nice to see he came on and got a goal late in the game, so that will give him confidence. Turkish through the middle.
Yeah, Lee's guy Havertz.
Yeah, no shot.
Listen, bro. Listen. People pick on him, man. People pick on him too much. Like they don't look at what he's been doing for this team. The same thing he's doing now, he's been doing for a while. Now, I will give you that. Like, he was low on confidence. He was sometimes going back a little bit too much, but in terms of playing back a bit too much. But I think he's been doing exactly the same thing. I just think it was just more of a confidence thing. I really do think he can help propel us to the league. I really do.
He needs to help as well. Like, the attack needs to click.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Leicester at home. Like, I'm looking at Martinelli.
100%.
Have
the only thing is, again, which I'm not no excuses, but I do think that the attack is going to still be a little bit blunted because Odegaard, because he's so influential. Like, he creates things out of nothing. You know, so many pieces of skill that we look at him and like how. So
there was some talk yesterday to suggest that he might be back sooner than first thought. They're saying now a matter of weeks rather than months. So.
But if you don't have to rush him back, you ain't got to rush him back. I'd rather kind of have him at full fitness in terms of for the league and for the Champions League, rather than trying to rush him back. And then obviously, you know, we saw the unfortunate thing with Rodri. I think it was because he was rushed back. So yeah, like I definitely don't want that to happen to him. Because,
okay, then. So just to recap, we got Raya in goal, back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and who was it?
Calafiori.
Yeah, midfield trio of Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, and Nwaneri. Although I think he'll go for Trossard, and the front three of Saka, Havertz, and Martinelli. And I do believe that 11, obviously the subs will play a part, but I do believe that 11 should be good enough, strong enough to get a result against Leicester. As I said, I think we'll see a lot more of the ball. Give our attacking players especially a chance to express themselves. Moving on to predictions, let's start with Turkish. Who you got for this game, bro?
3-0.
Said so without even thinking about it.
Yeah, we should win this game easy, isn't
100.
it? Newly promoted.
100, yeah.
It's, you know, it's a welcome home fixture after a couple difficult away ones. Just get the job done, get a few goals. I'm tempted to say more. I should say 5, really.
Yeah.
5, right.
I'm to and fro in between 3 and 4-0. I'm gonna go 4-0 because I just sound different. But I was originally thinking 3, but I'm gonna go 4-0. I think if we had Odegaard, I'll be at 5. I'm at 5. Yeah, no. Good. Listen, I
like the confidence.
I'm not. It's not even a disrespect, but we're just that much better. Like, we are a very good team, and look, I don't even really want to pump Leicester too hard because they actually took points off Spurs. Like, I don't want to do too much damage to them. But yeah, man, I think this is the game where we just get back on track. Obviously, we drew in the last minute against Man City. We need them 3 points to move to the next game, man. Like, just easy, light work. 3-0 at half time. Hopefully, coast this today.
It'll be interesting to see how Leicester approach the game because, as I've said earlier in the show, their fans have been onto the manager. A lot of them are not happy with Steve Cooper. They're not happy with the style of football. I think a lot of it's down to the fact that he was previously manager of Forest. Leicester being the East Midlands club, there's a rivalry there. But nevertheless, the results have not been good. As I said, they've not had a win all season, except for in the Carabao Cup. And even then, they struggled. They won on penalties. And then in the Premier League, they've not won. They've not looked good, not scored a lot of goals. But they do have Jamie Vardy.
Listen, there will be
no. know that Jamie Vardy in the past Turkish has.
Yeah. There's no parties happening. There's no Jamie Vardy parties happening, mate. None of that. That is finished now. Come on, we can't be having that.
By the way, as well, on the Leicester, shout out to James Justin. You may not know, but James Justin is the son of a friend of mine, a school friend of mine. He passed away, Mick Justin. James Justin is his son. So I'm wishing him good luck, but on a personal note. But obviously I want Arsenal to win. So you've gone
4-0.
4-0. Turkey's gone 3-0. I must admit, I'm with you. I reckon it could be a 3-0 tomorrow. Wouldn't surprise me if you got even more, but I am expecting Arsenal to win. I just think we'll be too strong, too good. I think, like I said, after the week or the 10 days we've had with some difficult games in there, now we go home again, a chance to impress, and I think we'll do the business.
We have struggled against low block teams, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first 10, 15 minutes could be interesting, because like I said, I expect Leicester to employ the low block. But it's up to us to... We know what we're coming up against, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know it's not going to be rocket science.
They got no Dewsbury Hall no more.
That's right.
In Diddy, and I think he plays more in the number 10 now. He got a few goals this season, so yeah, it's
They've got Ayu's playing with him now. He was at Palace.
He was at Palace, so he's they got rid of one crap player and brought another one in. So yeah, fair play to Crystal Palace, man. But yeah, no, for me, honestly, this should be light work, man. It's got to be light work for real. And if you look at what Tottenham did, I know we like to banter them. In the first half, they absolutely trounced Leicester. Like, they had them 6s and 7s, and it was actually weird how they actually got the draw. So we should, at home, theoretically, and Leicester were quite deep in that game, and Tottenham were actually opening them up, and we've seen they're a pack of sardines. So come on, man, like we've got to kind of do the job. We've really got to kind of do the job.
I think we will. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Thanks to Guna Lee.
Come on, man.
Have a good weekend, and same goes to you, Turkish. We'll be watching the game, of course, on AFTV live. We're doing a watch along for that game, so make sure you check us out. We'll be doing a starting 11 show. Listen, man, AFTV for all your Arsenal content. One-stop shop. Check us out. Thanks so much for watching. Keep supporting the channel. We are out. We'll see you soon. Take care.